Alrighty. JD Nija, Word of Truth. Coffee with JD Nija. End of February. Black History Month. So we were talking about the Buffalo Soldier. Stolen from Africa, brought to America. So these Israelites that got stolen from Africa, they weren't Africans, they weren't Hamites, they were Israelites. They had come down out of Jerusalem and out of Israel, the land of Israel, because when the temple was sacked in 70 AD, Slakia brothers, they came down to escape the treachery of these Edomites and these what were they? The Ishmaelites were ganging up on them, and pretty much the Lord had set these other nations against Israel. So they hid out in Africa for a while. They were in West Africa, along the Barbary coast, Ghana, Nigeria, these places. And they integrated in with the Hamites, the true Africans, the black-skinned heathens, you know. So when they were given the go to go kill the Israelites in the Americas here, Columbus and Magellan and these Cortez the killer, right? Woo! They set up these ships and gave them money. Where we know Solomon used to go someplace and brought back all these riches. You know, Solomon, before the temple was sacked, Solomon had people journeying to the Americas because he knew the northern tribes were there, and they were bringing back all this gold and precious metals and pottery. You know, the American Indians were amazing at pottery and things like that. They had certain skills and materials that they didn't have in the Middle East. So they had heard about all this stuff in the Americas, so that's what sent them over here to pillage and kill and steal and destroy. So I was going into the regiment of these Buffalo Soldiers, and then what it means: a permanent army unit divided into squadrons, a rule or government or a person, people, over a person, people, or country. They ruled over, they called it a regiment because they were ruling over them, and they were causing a country to be sacked. So it was a regimental, incremental westward movement that these Buffalo Soldiers pretty much led the charge. And they don't say that. They're starting to come out. That's the funny part, is now the truth is coming out. And the 3rd regiment organized according to a strict, often oppressive system or pattern. So these regiments, they were strictly put together to have a warlike, conquering spirit, and they were sacrificed for the good of these heathen. So then I'm in the scriptures now. Ezekiel, it talks about the sins of Israel and Judah. Israel being the northern kingdom, and Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Levi. I say potato, you say potato. The sins of Israel and Judah. So part of what Ezekiel's talking about is how they set us up to fight each other to this day. Blacks or Negroes don't like so-called Mexicans, and Mexicans don't like Guatemalans, and Guatemalans don't like Argentinians, and Haitians don't like Jamaicans, and I mean, they've created this thing where they made us hate each other, and then they all hate mixed race Israelites like myself, and they really hate the white Jewish that probably have quite a bit more Israel than we think. At least they tried. At least they escaped into their own idea, right? So as a Caucasian-looking Israelite, it doesn't fly. It doesn't fly with anyone, and that's part of what Ezekiel's talking about right here. You dummies. You don't know your own. You don't even know your own people. What the hell's wrong with you? Salakia. Had to choke on that one. For when they had slain, 39 of Ezekiel 23, for when they had slain their children to their idols, then they came the same day into my sanctuary to profane it, and lo, thus have they done in the midst of mine house. So, not only did they kill each other, but then when these Edomites set up the Plantation Christianity Church, they went in there and worshipped Cesare Borgia, the other white meat, that guy that you see in all the pictures that they sold us in the last 150 years, this fucking hippie-haired, fucking heroin addict-looking dude. It's not him. And here's the meat, verse 40. And furthermore, that you have sent for men to come from afar, unto whom a messenger was sent, and lo, they came, for whom thou didst wash thyself, paintest thy eyes, and deckest thyself with ornaments, and stated upon a stately bed, and a table prepared for it, whereupon thou hast set mine incense and mine oil. And a voice of the multitude, being at ease, was with her. They were giving gifts. They were given just enough to give in. All right, well, you guys did a good job. We're going to give you this little bit of land, or we're going to let you have your own little hut, or we're going to give you your own reservation. But they always went back. These heathens, these Edomites, they're the masters of lies. They'll give you just enough to keep you satisfied when you shouldn't have took anything from them to begin with. And that's why he's saying, you washed yourself and painted your eyes and decked yourself out with ornaments. They gave them little necklaces, or they gave them my buddy from Salvador used to crack me up. I still don't really know what he was talking about, but he would say, the white man brought mirrors, and they gave they gave the natives here mirrors. They'd never seen a mirror before, and when they saw their reflection, they thought that they were seeing a god, or that's how a lot of the witchcraft started, with mirrors. That's why still to this day, you have that, how is it when you look in the mirror and you stare in the dark and you say, you chant something and so supposedly the ghost comes out? It's the same idea. And a voice of the multitude, being at ease, was with her, and with the men of the common sort were brought Sabians from the wilderness, which put bracelets upon their hands and beautiful crowns upon their heads. I'm not sure exactly how that plays into the whole thing, but and a voice of a multitude being at ease with her. And then said I unto her that was old in adulteries, will they now commit whoredoms with her, and she with them? So that's as time went on, You think of people like I was saying, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Whitney Houston, 50 Cent, Martin Luther King. They sold their people out. Once they had us under control, they gave us just enough, and to a few, that made us think that we could all be superstars one day. You finally get a black president. You finally get a Negro or whatever, Kamala Harris, vice president. You get Magic Johnsons and Magic Johnson. And what it was is we started to buy into their system, which caused intense mental suffering, because they're not going to give that to everyone. They just give it to a few, and they rise people up enough so that they think that they're going to get something out of this system, but the system's not made for them. And they went in unto her as they go in unto a woman that plays the harlot. So went they in unto Aholah and unto Aholibah, the lewd women. Oh. Lewdness. Lewdness is your inability to stay away from abominable things. You're lewd when you submit to less than who you are. And as Israelites, we're not buying that Black History Month anymore. We're not buying it. It's over. It's over for these Edomites, and they're falling. It's not going to be another version. We want a session, and the session's going to be where we get to sing our music, and we get to sing the praises of our God. We're not just going to take their version of it and let it get all mixed up. Nuh-uh. No more mix up. Everything's going to be in order. No more killing your brother. No more letting yourself bow to a woman. Esau, Edom set that up. That's not us. We go in order. Yahushai, King David, the 144,000 elect men. Then the women. Then the children. There's not going to be children telling their parents what to do with the help of Esau, Edom. There's not going to be no CPS. There's not going to be any domestic violence court, because we're going to love our women, and our women are going to respect us. And we're not going to fight with each other. We're going to understand each other. And there's going to be rule of law under Yahweh and under King David and under Yahushai, where we're not going to be able to be tricked into taking gifts in return for everything. Bob Marley has a song called Jammin', and he says in there, if you're Benjamin, you can't be bought or sold. And Benjamin was one of those tribes that these Edomites had a hard time breaking. They had to really torture Benjamin to get him. That's why That's why Benjamin sings. We're the musical tribe. We're the ones that are singing the praises day in, day and night. Human sacrifice of Asaph, of the Shiganoth, Telapa, whatever that was. The other day I was going into the singers and the musicians, but I don't want to digress too much. This Black History Month, the Buffalo Soldiers were designed just to help the white man take over this country. So when they're celebrating the Buffalo Soldiers, all they're doing is throwing it in our face again. Ha ha! We made you guys fight your own people so that we could take over your country and suppress your people. We got you in a regiment, and we've got you in Calvary, an open air representation of the crucifixion of Yahushua. What's that? That's hanging people from trees. So when you're going to Calvary Chapel, you're celebrating the death of Israel, the death of Yahushua, him hanging on the tree. You're proud of that. It's a tough reality to chew up, but I was in that church, and to find out that that's what Calvary means. Every day these truths are coming out. And every day we're getting a little closer to the Lord grinding these Edomites into the ground and lifting us up. Open the gates. Let the saints in. Open the gates, Lord. This is your brother J.D. Nija. I hope you enjoyed the message. Hope it was informative and edifying to Israel, if you're out there. It's too bad Israel's missing their own culture. Till tomorrow, shalom.